Ray Flores for ESPN.com. We are joined alongside by UFC heavyweight Frank Mir, who collides with Josh Barnett, UFC 164, live and only on pay-per-view in Milwaukee. Frank, thanks so much for your time. Let's talk about your co-main event matchup against Josh Barnett. It seems like coming into this bout that you are the underdog. Tell us about that role of kind of being the underdog in this contest with Josh Barnett, who is, making his jaunt from Strikeforce.
Well, I mean, right now, Josh's record, his last fight since being in the UFC, he's had the advantage of fighting not the same flight competition I've had to. So, obviously it's made his record look a little bit better than mine, so I think that's what helps give him an advantage as far as on paper going into the fight.
Now, you seem very comfortable and relaxed. I mean, we have a calm demeanor during the press conference. I mean, is there something that changed? You seem very, comfortable and relaxed, this week.
No, I just very well prepared. So it's one of those things where I think if you do your homework and you're prepared, and I think anybody can, to relate to that, whether it's for a class at school or whether it's your work, when you have everything lined up and you just got to show up and perform now, and you've done all your back work and homework, there's nothing left but to perform. It gives you an ease, a sense of relaxation, just ready to perform now.
You lost 2 in a row. What have you learned during the course of those losses? Your last contest losing to Daniel Cormier, but what have you learned in your last 2 bouts?
Well, I mean, the last in the title fight, wasn't as prepared for the fight as I could have been, taking a different opponent, 5-6 weeks notice. But I mean, obviously the champion also had the same situation. But, that's what incited my move to go to Albuquerque and to Greg Jackson's in the first place, was that first loss. And then the second one, just how to be better prepared to enter the camp, to take full advantage of what, there was improvements at Jackson's, and just, knowing that if I just stayed to it, that the improvements would constantly come.
Well, speaking on that Jackson's theme, train with the likes of John Jones and Donald Cerrone and all the guys down at Jackson's camp. How much do they motivate you and push you? You're 34 years of age, and a lot of the younger guys are making their way up the ranks in the octagon. But how much do they push you every day? I'm sure you guys push each other as well.
Well, actually, it's a great inspiration to be around such talent and such great guys that are on the, the cutting edge of the sport, trying to constantly improve their game and learn new things, and to constantly to try to stay ahead of the bubble, and being in there with the guys that are the top of their sport in their weight classes, it's great. It's anytime you go with a bunch of workout partners that are better than you and they're pushing the pace, it helps you improve.
I know that you don't like losing a fight. No one likes losing a fight, but if you were to lose this contest, it'd be 3 in a row. Are you all at all concerned like this may be like a do or die kind of a fight for you?
It can be. I mean, obviously, I try not to think about it too much because, the task at hand, I don't want to be too distracted. But, I mean, I'm not, oblivious to the fact that would be 3 losses in a row. The only advantage I really have going for me is at least it's, a title fight. My last fight was a number 2 contender. Barnett is a top 10 competitor. That is somewhat saving grace that the guys are top flight competitors that I'm losing to, and not, no-name guys on a prelim card, somebody who, that is a relative unknown.
And finally, can you give us a prediction for Saturday night against Josh Barnett?
I predict a submission. I think that Barnett is going to be comfortable enough to play that game with me. He's not going to be scared and avoid it like some of my past opponents. And I think when that happens, it'll be a bad night for him.
Frank Mir, thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Frank Mir, Josh Barnett, co-main event UFC 164 here in Milwaukee on Saturday.